Welcome back, everybody. Well, NASA calls it a rare celestial event, and for many Christians, the upcoming phenomena dubbed the blood moon signals a supernatural connection to biblical prophecy. Now, over the next year, beginning on Tuesday, there will be 4 successive blood moons, which are actually total lunar eclipses, when the moon takes on a reddish glow as the Earth's shadow passes on the lunar surface. In his new book, best-selling author John Hagee, in his book called 4 Blood Moons, evangelical pastor John Hagee writes that this unusual lunar event is foretold in the Bible and signals big changes are in store for mankind. He joins us now on the phone, and I would like to add that Pastor Hagee would be live with us on camera were it not for his recent knee surgery. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you.
You know, for folks who may not understand what this represents to you and many other Christians, explain for us, if you will, why you believe the blood moon offers up a spiritual connection to biblical prophecy.
I do, because the Bible so clearly says that. Joel, the 2nd chapter, verse 30 through 31 states, "And I will show wonders in the heavens. The sun shall be turned into darkness," that's a solar eclipse, "and the moon into blood," that's a lunar eclipse, "before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord." From the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis 1:14, God says, "Let there be lights in the heavens, and let them be for signs and seasons." The Hebrew word for sign means signal. If God is sending a signal, he obviously is sending it to us. This very clearly implies that God is using the sun, the moon, and the stars to send signals to us on the earth. King David continues the thought in Psalms 19, 1 and 2, by saying, "The heavens declare the glory of the Lord." The word declare means to speak. Day unto day they utter speech, and night unto night it utters knowledge. King David is clearly saying that the heavens are God's billboard through which he is communicating to man.
Well, Pastor, I know that NASA is calling this lunar tetrad, which is defined as 4 successive blood moon lunar events that will happen between April of 2014 and continue to September of 2015. Now, is it true that each one will occur during an important Jewish holiday like Passover?
Yes, it is very true. April 15, 2014, which is just 3 days away, is going to be the first blood moon, and it will be on Passover. The next will be October the 8th, 2014, the Feast of Tabernacles. And then the third will be April the 4th, 2015, which will be Passover. And then the fourth will be September the 28th, 2015, which will be the Feast of Tabernacles.
Well, let me get this in here because I know we're short on time, though. I want to point out that these celestial happenings have taken place only a handful of times over the past 2,000 years, but the last 3 events coincided with historic events that began in 1493 and ended in 1967 with the advent of the 6-day Arab-Israeli War. Why do you feel that we can expect something big to happen to mankind over the next year then?
I think that we're going to see something change and change forever, because God operates in the pattern that whenever he begins to do something, he continues because he's the God who does not change. Every time that these 4 blood moons have appeared with the Jewish Passover, with the Jewish feast, something happened that changed the course of history. In 1492, the Jewish people were expelled from Spain. This was the Edict of Expulsion by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. While they were being kicked out of Spain, Christopher Columbus was leaving to find for them what became the refuge of all people on the earth, which was America. Then you have 1948, in which statehood became a reality
for Israel, and then there was the Arab-Israeli War. Now, with all due respect, Pastor, I know that back in 2012 you predicted that there may be the end of the world as we know it, but that didn't happen exactly. So what happens if there's no significant global change that takes place? Will you be disappointed?
Absolutely not. This is a signal that it is going to happen, and that we on planet Earth have been duly notified by heaven that a change is about to happen, and we are to get ready for it. It happened in 1492, 1948, and 1967, and now we have a 4 blood moon series coming that will run from April of this year until September of next year, in which something super is going to occur.
Let's wait and see, Pastor. It is always great to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us today with your reflections. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.